Hey, we're back with the Magic Online cube, and I am trying to decide if I can force an archetype. Um, this pack, I mean, a non ramp archetype, but this pack just, has like a mono red card, mono red splash black card, and some cards that I want to ramp up to. So I actually think that I'm just going to take a Consecrated Sphinx. I haven't drafted mono red yet, so I could take the Sulfuric Vortex. Let's do that. Let's draft the red deck and see what happens. Okay. Apparently that was a really bad idea because there's nothing in this pack to go with the Vortex. I mean, Gathan Raiders and Reckless Charge are pretty underwhelming. But we're gonna stick to our guns and take Reckless Charge. Just going to be force mono red. It'll be like mono black all over, only it's an 8/4. So if I lose in round 1, I don't have to suffer through 2 more rounds. Okay, what do we have here? Tree Speaker, which is clearly the best card. Not clearly, but I love it. Active Aggression and Goblin Goon are very underwhelming. If you control more. I guess the Goblin Goon is the mono red card. I don't think it's Act. Like, I would have an Avacyn's Pilgrim, a Tree Speaker, and that gigantic blue guy right now. That'd be pretty good, right? At least we have 3 old border cards. Okay, so mono red's definitely being cut. I think that the Quirion Dryad is the best splash here. Got a Pulse of the Forge. Could also go for black 1-drop. Beautiful mana fix for that blue-green deck we're passing. Goblin War Driver. Okay, we're still hanging on. Control Magic for that deck that we're passing. Oh, I feel really, really sad. I mean, we don't have any all-stars besides this. I guess Pulse of the Forge isn't bad. I've killed someone with basically just a Pulse of the Forge before, but like I know I won't lap anything really. So I guess hopefully we cut hard enough that the other people that are drafting mono red in this pod decide that they made a bad decision. Otherwise, we're all going to have really bad decks because I'll play chicken when it comes to drafting a narrow archetype for a video. I mean, with the price of Time Spiral packs right now, Time Spiral block TPF, it's like bought by 6 since the cubes are paying out only in them. I'm basically not giving up any value if I lose in the first round because I get the time, and the time is probably worth more than the prize packs. And since I'm going to be playing with mono red, it's not going to be any fun for me. Okay, I'm just kidding. This will be kind of fun. It'll be fun trying to make it work. We could use some more creatures, though. Or we could just use the next pack coming to us. Sweet. Okay, so I've got two big choices here. Thunderblust or Vinelasher Kudzu. I think that I actually go with Vinelasher Kudzu. I don't really like Rolling Earthquake as a super aggressive card, but Thunderblast is pretty replaceable, and the first time around it doesn't even do anything. And we might be playing the Quirion Dryad, so that could have just been a really bad play. Okay, Tattermudge Maniac, sweet. We got a Call of the Herd. Okay, so this deck's starting to come together a little bit. I can hate the Silver Knight or take a Birthing Pod, which might actually end up having some weird value for us. We'll do that and forget that we have it. Okay, the Gathan Raiders came back. Maybe the red just... someone took all the burn and is playing it in a green ramp deck or a black-red deck or something. Okay, so this is cast white, blue, black. So morphing this doesn't give any counters to my Dryad, that's sad. Creekwood Liege, Phyrexian Processor, Mystical Tutor. Maybe I don't want to see a Mystical Tutor. No, I passed tons of good green. We're not going to give someone a gift of something like this. A morph that I might have to play if my deck is really bad. Let's take the bouncer. A regrowth for our sideboard, sure. Mind sensor, sure. Well, 1, 2, maybe. There's a card that we can pot up to. I guess I really feel like I've got about 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Goon and the 2 green cards aren't necessarily in. So I'm behind the ball as far as playables get. I want to at least get probably 8. Okay, so there's only one red card. There's a Batterskull, which is awesome against us. I think I'm just going to play this mediocre Planeswalker, though. Want to try to keep the curve relatively low. Could clear the way of all those pesky mana guys we're passing. Okay, we got a Brimstone Volley. Ooh, a Johnny Vengeant. And a Plateau that probably won't come back. And a Brimstone Volley. Okay, so this is our first harder decision. I think that I go with a Johnny. We're not set on these two. No, whatever. We could play both those cards. Let's just pass the Johnny. I'm not gonna take a 4-mana Lightning Helix. That means that I have to actually hope that stuff like Plateau comes around. And what do we have for burn? We don't have any creature removal right now, so that's fine. Almost made a really impulsive decision there. Okay, so Blood Knight. I think I take a Skull Clamp and just hope that the Blood Knight comes back around. Or the Welder. Or even the Fauna Shaman, maybe. And this pack will be a Werebear. We might end up playing more green than we want to. I'm only going to take cards that have 1 green in their casting cost, though. Okay, a Tumble Magnet or a Banefire. I think that I probably would rather have a Banefire. Okay, so we got an Incinerate. That's good. I've noticed that there really haven't been any red-green dual lands coming around, which is annoying. Or red fetch lands, which is what we want for the Vine Lasher. I actually haven't seen a single one, have I? I don't think so. At least the Skull Clamp makes all these green guys a little more relevant. Always forget color sort, type sort. Ugh, should not do that. Okay, so now we have enough playables. There's two more fresh. I can still hope to wheel like the Welder or the Blood Knight. So we should be able to pull together a deck. Will it actually be playable though? That's another question. I guess that's not another question, that is the question. Ooh, little Grim Lavamancer. Oh man, if I had drafted that ramp deck, I'd finally be able to play with a Vorapede and Limited again. It's interesting also to see that there have been quite a decent number of low curve black cards going around. What do we have that goes to our graveyard? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I think City of Traders is where I want to be here. Could actually end up playing it. I don't know. Razormane Massacre wouldn't be bad as the top end of the curve. Actually, as I've said before, I like this card a decent amount in this cube. Um, let's go with the City of Traders though. Hide it. Okay. So we are out of fresh packs. I should have counted when the Blood Knight Welder pack comes back. I guess we'll figure it out because a Welder will be in it. Okay, Baloth. This is Batterskull opening pack. Jungle Lion is something that I don't want to play. I guess I should take like Gatekeeper or Lacerator. Probably, I doubt anyone's drafting mono, but take it anyway. There's that Blood Knight. I guess a sideboard Needle. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 13 cards. This deck's gonna have to play green, and I'm not gonna have any like play green just for Dryad and Werebear maybe. Wow, Memory Jar, that's kind of cool actually. Oh man, I could have had crazy welders. Yeah, I think Angel of Despair. Don't want to give someone a um, free end game. Even though I have a couple targets for the other card. And let's look at this. So we have a green fetch land, a Chromox, a Solifuge. Well, as you can see, I think I'm more interested in the Chromox. Well, let's think. If I remove these, and then Maybe I should just take the Solifuge. Now let's wheel. Let's try to wheel one of them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we can probably wheel one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, let's wheel one of those red cards. Of course, bad lands. Not the land we're looking for. I'll just take the 1-drop. And nothing really in this pack. I could take a do nothing. I could take a Grey Ogre that can maybe kill an enchantment. Devastating Dreams is good against us. I guess maybe I could see myself playing Cold Steel Heart. Hopefully not. Okay, what do we have here? We have another blue red. I guess that the Priest or the Molten Tail Masticore is what I want to take. Or maybe the Frenzied Goblin. Take the Molten Tail and hope one of the others make it around. Maybe I take the Frenzied Goblin and hope that the Priest makes it around. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we got a Blistering Firecat. This thing could actually... it'll be pretty close. There'll be, what, 2 cards? 3 cards in the pack? Yeah, we could see that thing come back. Stromkirk, Zozu, and Ankh in one pack. Okay, so this is actually pretty hard because I think that Zozu is a pretty strong effect in Cube. I mean, Stromkirk is a nice 1-drop. I'm gonna go with the Zozu. We're gonna go ahead and hide all the green cards. Yuck. Chandra's Phoenix, good. So this looks like a pretty mediocre deck. I actually don't even know if this is any good. Maybe I should have just taken the Solifuge and hoped to wheel the Tari and Mauler, just to have 2 playables from one pack. We really want 4 more playables, and it doesn't look like we're gonna have any green red lands, which makes playing those green cards a little awkward. I think I could still play like the Quirion Dryad and 3 or 4 forests and just hope that variance is on my side. But yeah, like, look, we have almost no spot removal. Okay, Magma Jet. There's a little bit of spot removal. No green-red duels. I guess that maybe I could be stuck playing that. Let's look what this looks like. Okay. Is there anything... Let's see, we get 1, 2... The City of Traders doesn't even really give me a good boost. Okay, so Tari and Mahler came back. It's a little sad, I think. Oh, there's a Pithing Needle showing too, so I need one more playable to be mono red. But then I really need 2 or 3 more playables to have a deck that looks playable. Three more playables. Lightning Greaves or Gamble? Light. I might actually just go with Greaves here. What can I gamble up? Okay, like Chandra's Phoenix. Let's take the gamble. I guess take Cryptologist. Sweet. The Priest came back. With all of the 3-drops we have, I think the Priest is fine. He makes that land a little more interesting. Cool. Didn't come back. Okay, so I'm gonna have to play at least something that I didn't want to. That's fine. We knew what the risks were for being narrow-minded. I have a video record of myself doing this before. And it did not turn out well. So first I'll take all of the cards that are playable, which I think is every red card. Okay, so okay. Well, now that I've burned 4 minutes of our deck construction selling booster packs, let's look at what we have here. Okay, so we can do some cool stuff with Gamble. Not super cool, but it's not that bad. I can get Chandra's Phoenix and get it, or maybe get it back with one of our burn spells. Can get Reckless Charge for extra damage. I think that's enough to consider it at least. This is a 14 land deck, which is not enough land, obviously. So the question is, should I be growing? Or should I stick to mono red? I actually think that the deck might benefit from the green cards. Okay, so Goblin Goon does a lot of damage, but it's easy to render ineffective. The Memory Jar. Memory Jar is probably better in mono red. This is 16 land, which is where I want to be. Okay, this is 15 land, so I need to cut a card. I think I'm actually going to go with this 15 or this 16 land deck. Actually, let's think. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clamp targets. I mean, clamp's not super exciting for me. Obviously, going to play it still. 14. Maybe I could go 15 lands in a Mox. Wait. Why suggest? That was weird. That it didn't give us the last land. Okay. So if we were to play these 3 cards, I would cut 1, swap that. 2, what would the 3rd card be? I actually would probably want to cut 4 cards, maybe the jar? And don't really want to cut any of the early stuff. Maybe like these 5 cards come out, and I guess we could also end up cutting the Mox in this version. Maybe like keeping the jar in. So this would be like a 16 land deck, like 10, 11, 5 or something. I'll consider that. But for now, mono red.